What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So it looks like Adrien the Problem Broner, Mr. HBO, AB, about billions, giving ass beatings. He's doing some training with none other than Uncle Roger, aka the original Black Mamba, aka Roger Mayweather. So it looks like he's out in Vegas and he's doing some training at the Mayweather gym with Uncle Roger. I did watch an interview, shout out to Chris Robinson, with Uncle Roger, and he was saying that he didn't think Adrien Broner was as big as he is in real life, and he didn't think he was as strong as he really is. And that's really all that I remember him saying from the interview. So it looks like he is doing some training. He doesn't have his next fight announced. It looks like hopefully they'll make the Marcos Maidana fight. A lot of people want to see it. I'm on board with that fight. I think that's a good test for him. Skill set, I think he has a higher skill set than Marcos Maidana, but Marcos Maidana has the equalizer because he has that level of punching power, and he's very seasoned. He's been in there with the Eric Moraleses, the Amir Khans, Josecito Lopez's, Jesus Soto Caras, who just reinvented himself by beating Andre Berto. So he's been in there with some quality names, Victor Ortiz, and I think that's a person who can make anyone's night tough. He'll make you work for it. Marcos Maidana is not going to lie down for really anyone. He's a tough son of a bitch, and he comes to fight, and he takes his craft very seriously from all that I can see. As far as Adrien Broner, I think he gets a lot of shit, rightfully so. He does a lot of crazy shit, strip club. I was just on his Instagram the other day, and there's some groupie chick, and he said something in the caption that made me click on the video. It was an Instagram video, and she was slurring her words. She sounded drunk. She was in the bed, and then I don't know, I don't even remember what she was saying, some bimbo, and all of a sudden it cuts to a scene of somebody, either Adrien Broner or one of his boys, fucking her from afar, and someone's recording it on like an iPhone or some shit. So I thought that was exceptionally weird. You don't usually see celebrities. I mean, they get sex tapes and stuff, but normally they don't post Instagram videos of them fucking groupies and shit like that. So he's definitely young-minded in a lot of senses. This is a picture from the video I'm talking about. I believe the video was taken down, deleted by him or Instagram or some shit. You can go check his Instagram. I haven't been back to see if the video is still up. But I thought that was kind of wild and crazy. My fear for Adrien Broner, I've said this from the beginning, I think he truly does have talent. However, we've seen in the professional sports, not just boxing, some fighters squander their talent. If you watch basketball, Len Bias was supposed to be the next Jordan, the next great player, and he OD'd on drugs, so he never realized his full potential. We've seen Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was getting burned and chlamydia or some shit. I was watching the Tyson documentary. He said he went into one of his fights and he had an STD. Just crazy shit. Living a party life, doing coke and drinking heavily, partying heavily, groupies, women taking advantage of him. That's how he got caught up in a rape case. Women, gold diggers, and tricking and spending money. Don King extorting him and taking his money, and just didn't have the right people in his corner. And when the money's gone, a lot of times so are your quote unquote friends. That's the shady part about the business. When you're on top, you're on top. Look at guys like Corey Haim in the 80s. This dude was that dude. He was in popular movies. He was a heartthrob to girls. And then the 90s rolled around. He still had some roles. And then later on in Hollywood, he was no longer lucrative. He gained weight and then eventually got into drugs. A lot of people didn't even know who he was. Some of you guys watching this video are young and probably don't know Corey Haim. Anyway, he passed away from just drug abuse, and it's a hard life being a celebrity, and especially in sports. Like if you look at an actor versus an athlete, there's a difference, because if you have acting skill, if you're truly a talented actor, as long as you don't get too strung out on drugs or whatever, typically you can act, and your quality of acting is not really going to degrade unless you just fall off and don't take your career or craft seriously. But as a professional athlete, it's a little bit different because you have to rely on your body. So if you abuse your body, then your body's not going to cooperate. It's just not. If you gain too much weight. So if you look at guys like Ricky Hatton, He came back after like 3 years of retirement, abused his body in that time, and he got knocked out with a body shot by someone like Sinchenko, who's a standard solid fighter, but he's not a world beater in my opinion, at least. And he just got rocked and dropped with a body shot. Again, you can only put your body through so much if you abuse your body, if you gain too much weight, and that's the price that some of these athletes pay. They get caught up in the fast life, and your body needs time to adjust if you're not getting sleep, if you're partying all the time. So hopefully Adrien Broner realizes and takes his craft seriously and doesn't go down that path. That's the only real downside that I see, is just the way he acts. I can picture him getting caught up in the fast life. I don't know if it's a role. I don't know if this is how he's always been, or if it's the money that's changing him. I don't really know what's going on in his head, but he does some immature things, to say the least. So on the other hand, I will say Adrien Broner, he's marketing himself in a very lucrative way, because whether people like him and like him showboating and like the way he fights, he's been on World Star with his knockouts. He has impressive highlight reel type of stoppages and stuff like that. Or if you hate him, you're still watching him. Same blueprint like Floyd Mayweather. It's hate him or love him, you're probably going to watch him. Either you want to see him get knocked out by Marcos Maidana or whoever, Matisse, whoever he fights in the future, or you watch him because you like him, or you're just on the fence about him and he's in between. So if you think about it, he's really taking the Floyd Mayweather, aka the Scarface approach. If you watch Al Pacino's Scarface, there's a scene where Pacino's in the restaurant, Tony Montana's in the restaurant, and he just has this whole monologue, and he was like, "Y'all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy." So what is that? So anyway, in that scene, it really depicts kind of the approach that Mayweather and Broner have taken in the media. I don't think these people are malicious and horrible people, but they make you hate them. And some people buy into it like, yo, I hate him. But there's a lot of stuff that Mayweather has done. Broner, he's still a little bit younger, but I know I can definitely say for Mayweather, he's paid for several boxers' funerals and things like that, done things for charity. I believe Broner probably does some of the same stuff, but obviously the media is going to show you the bullshit, just like the news. They're going to show you more of the bullshit than the positive in people, however they want to depict you. So with Broner, again, he's taken basically an excerpt from the Scarface movie and playing it to his advantage and making him sought out. Whether you hate him or love him, you still watch him because his ratings are reflecting that. He has 1.4 million ratings view, and everybody on YouTube, and that was against Gavin Reese, a relatively unknown fighter in the U.S. And everything I read on YouTube is, why is he fighting Gavin Reese? Even I was like, who the fuck is Gavin Reese? I didn't know him. Watched my old prediction video. I was like, I had to study Gavin Reese. I don't know much about him. But everything in the YouTube boxing community, people are saying, who the fuck is Broner fighting? He's fighting a Euro trash. He's fighting a bum. Yet 1.4 million people tune in to watch him fight virtually a nobody. So your comments aren't consistent with what you're doing. You're saying you hate him, but you're watching him. So again, you reflect back and look at this dialogue, this quote from Scarface. That's basically what he's saying. He said, you need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So what does that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. So great movie. If you haven't seen Scarface, I highly suggest it. I know some of my fans, some of the people that watch my videos are young, so you may not be up on the classics, but Al Pacino did his thing. Hell of a movie. Make sure you watch that and you'll get that reference a little bit more. But other than that, like I said, Broner's doing what's lucrative for his own situation. I think ultimately his demise will be if he stops taking boxing seriously, or he puts boxing in a back seat to party and fuck with girls and stuff like that. That's definitely not a formula for a boxer trying to last in this industry. Another fallen soldier recently, Tommy Morrison, rest in peace. I didn't get a chance to do a video, but Tommy Morrison, another victim of his own success, got caught up doing the wrong things. He contracted HIV, so he got sick from that. He was partying, using needles, and all kinds of stuff. Boxing is a less forgiving sport. If you're not on the up and up, it's hard to be successful. and beat people and look elite when you're not training like an elite athlete. So as far as Broner, the initial reason for this video, he's training with Roger Mayweather. I don't know if it's a full-time thing. I don't think it is. He still has his own trainer. I think Barry's still training him. So let me know what you guys think of this. Roger Mayweather training Broner. What do you think of Broner as a whole? What's his upside? What's his downside? Who do you want to see him fight next? Leave a comment and let me know something. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.